Yeah. uh-huh. Yeah. Shit. Grams leaders CC's pounds. Close caps, close call, close encounter, close up, pounds of leaders of grams, get your dosed up, cut this up and post up, and get dosed up. This for them vote, they like to move and make the most of. Monday night at 8, I can't wait to set you straight. These opinions and debates, for them folk they can't relate. I got to elevate your mind through these signs of the time. Dishing out that medication for that deaf, dumb and blind. And I ain't hard to find, you can catch me in those trenches. I do the groundwork and I ain't waiting on no sense. I be touching on them topics politicians fail to mention. And I don't vote for nobody that ain't got good intentions. I'm relentless for my people and I'm here to make a change. I got that truth serum hooked directly to your vein. Hey, this is for my people, tune in, catch a close up, close up, close up, a close up, grams of it, tune in, leaders of it, close up, pounds of it. Pounds of it, yeah, grams of it, liters up, pounds, get you dosed up, dosed up, dosed up,
Yeah.
get dosed up.
Monday night, 8 o'clock.
That's right.
I just heard something pop off. When you hear that, you know Sharpshooter in the building.
That's right.
And we got Lab right behind me.
That's right.
Another wonderful Monday.
That's right. How was your Monday so far, bro?
Oh man, any day above ground gonna be beautiful for me.
It's a great day, right?
Yeah, it's a great day, great day. I usually take my Mondays to plan out the rest of my week. So that's a pivotal day for me. I want to start it off great.
Right,
You know, I already know what I'm gonna try to do this weekend, even though I work. What I'm
Okay.
gonna do on my Friday off day.
Okay. So you just plan out your whole week on Mondays.
I surely do. Shit, I got shit planned for the month of May.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, more power to you. To anybody that can plan like that, that's a superpower because I know I had to go day by day.
I mean, I get that from a lot of people too, cause I be like, "Hey man, what you doing in September?" Cause I know I want to do this and that. They be like, "Bruh, that's way too far ahead."
Right. That's what
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
like, bro, let me get through today. Let me get
Yeah,
through
yeah.
today.
I get that a lot, and I don't even mind it. You know, I just be trying to foresee things so I can stay sharp. A lot of the times they help me manifest what I want to manifest.
Right.
So you know, but I don't put it on nobody. You know, if they want me to give them that spur of the moment,
Right.
I
Right.
can give them that too.
I think we prefer the spur of the moment because we don't know what we're gonna be doing from one day to the next, and to try to plan out all the way to September or May like you doing through May. That's a hard time. That's hard, man.
Well, I do it like how y'all do trips.
Okay.
See, I know some of y'all got some trips already planned. Y'all already got the money aside for it if you didn't even buy the tickets
Right.
or your reservations. You know what I'm saying? So if I want to have success or I want this to go the way that I would like or I envision it, then I start working on it. Yeah, me. You know, just me. But I do, like I said, I understand that's not everybody. So
That's not a lot of people.
a lot.
That's
Yeah. I'm
like
not good at
90% of people.
I'm not good. See, I procrastinate from time to time, so it's probably gonna take me this long to get it to go. You know what I'm saying? So I got all this planning, and in September, shit, I'm gonna be late with it. So,
Oh, I'm definitely a procrastinator.
yeah,
I'll look at it and look at it and look at it until I can't look at it no more. Especially if I don't want to do it.
Mhm.
If I don't want to do something, it's never gonna get hard to get done. It's gonna take an act of the universe, or God, or Yahweh, or Jah, whoever you want to call. It's gonna take the act for that to get going, for me to get that going. I don't know. Especially at this age now, at 53, it's like,
see, man,
put on that.
I'm inching up to that, man, and I've started to push back a little bit, and I just take on
Right.
things that I like to do.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, because I don't want it to be a burden.
Right.
If you like to do it, then you learn something while you're doing it, or it's interesting to you. You know, it's not necessarily stressful, which is definitely what I was doing this weekend. You know, doing some researching on this topic right here.
Okay.
And then, like I was telling you off air, you know, man, every show that I've done some extensive research on, I've actually learned something myself.
Learn something new.
Although I might think of the topic, that don't necessarily mean I know a lot of it right offhand. So in order to speak to you guys and to have a little info on it, I start diving into it.
Okay.
And man, I just be smiling. I'm like, oh shit, wait till I tell them this. You know what I'm saying? I gotta write this down. This stands out, you know, this, they might learn something from this. So that's the procedure that I take, when I get my little podcast topics together. And today
he does extensive research. He came in with an encyclopedia of research today.
I got a lot of paper right here that
Right.
I just ran off.
When I saw you took it out the bag, I said, yeesh.
Yeah. I'm doing a little reading today too.
Okay,
Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's always fundamental. So, but we're gonna start out, like I say, the topics today are gonna be epigrams, and so I didn't even know. I knew what an epigram was, but I didn't know the definition of it.
Okay.
And now that I know what they are and the definitions, I'm probably gonna be stuck on this for a good little while because it's right along up there with, I would say, parables or proverbs.
Okay.
And I kind of love those too. And fables, that you got me if you got some parables, proverbs, or fables. So now we can throw epigrams into the mixture, and I'm going to give you the definition of it. So an epigram is a rhetorical device that is brief, concise, memorable, and often witty, humorous, ironic, paradoxical, and cutting and scathing or satirical.
Okay.
So, all right off the top, I'm going to rattle one off so you guys will have an idea. But this is considered to be an epigram, and is tell me and I forget, teach me I remember, involve me and I learn.
Okay.
So, to me, that means, first of all, there's a couple of stages in it. But I kind of go with that. That's kind of like leading up to experiences is the best teacher to me, meaning like you can have some instructions, you can have the manual. You might even be able to remember a little bit off of it, but until you actually do something or involve and activate what you've learned, or what you're doing, you're not going to learn it.
Right.
I actually had that experience real time. I give you guys, working, I used to do electrical construction and maintenance.
Okay.
So, we would get these schematics. And the schematics showed you what you're supposed to be doing.
That's what they are.
It showed you by color what wire to wire, right? What wire to wire up and use.
Right.
Okay, so I can go get that wire. It's a white wire or a yellow wire, and you splice it and you attach it to this particular copper wire or something like that, right?
Right.
But now, if I didn't know as far as why I'm doing it, meaning, or I'm reading it, but I'm not doing it, so I didn't understand the amount of voltages on it.
Right.
I didn't understand that I could get cut or shocked, or I didn't understand sometimes, what type of tools I had to have, or how tedious it was until I actually took what I read and applied it.
Okay.
So yeah, that's an epigram that I like.
Okay.
I can dig that.
You can always read it. You can always study what it is you're supposed, especially on the schematics. But if you don't know how to apply what you've learned, what's the point, right?
Well, that's what we call somebody that'll be worded. You know what I'm saying? That one of them people that'll give you word salads. They'll talk about it all day.
Right.
But when it's time, did you learn from it? No, because you can't apply it.
Okay.
Before I go into some more epigrams, I'll actually just say, like I was telling you off air, pretty much anyone can almost produce an epigram, but it just came from, I would say, highly influential or either famous people for right now. I just said who produced the greatest epigrams and quotations of all times, and they have Shakespeare, Homer, Sappho, Aristotle, Basho, Dante, Milton, Plato. I mean, you see, like I was
Greek
telling you, a lot of
Stoics,
philosophers.
yeah.
But then they get to like Mark Twain, Oscar Wilde. These were like literary, people that wrote a lot of writers and authors. Virginia Woolf. But one thing I did like, because they put Muhammad Ali in there. And he really is one of the embodiments of it, because it said humorous, ironic, cutting, and satirical.
Okay.
I'll get to a few of his a little bit later, because that's for Black Facts. Wow, they actually have Dolly Parton as one. Dr. Seuss, you see what I'm saying? So they can be simplistic. And they have Dr. King.
Okay.
Martin Luther King this time.
Right.
Junior.
not
not that other guy.
About.
not that other guy. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I'll give you one. Says when you reach the end of your rope, tie a knot in it and hang on.
Okay.
Okay, so to me, that's basically like don't give up the hope.
Mm-hmm.
If you tie a knot in it, I mean that's sturdy. At least you have something that you can always hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
So that technically isn't the end for you.
Okay.
To me, that's that kind of what that means. You know, extend it a little bit. Let me find something from some famous people. And some of them are going to be long, and some of them are kind of like short and sweet.
Now they said that one that you just spoke of,
Mm-hmm.
Roosevelt. I guess we're gonna say President Roosevelt.
Mm-hmm.
Which one I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's suggesting that you find one thing that you can specifically hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's an accomplishment or a task you have complete control of, something that you can grab with both hands and feel like you've made progress.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I like that. So now I'll show you, or I'll speak on like a past epigram, and you'll start seeing in the lingo, you know what I'm saying? But you like Shakespeare, since brevity is the soul of wit, and tedious the limbs and outward flourishes, I will be brief.
Mm-hmm.
Now see, I like the ones that are most current because they're a little bit, to the point. Which is actually what this is supposed to mean.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and he wrote it, I would say it's kind of eloquently, but I don't like for, I would say my parables and my and my lessons to be this in depth. Like it's already a lesson. You mean now I got to sit up here and research what you're trying to tell me when it should be some kind of instantaneous to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Here's one by Sappho. It says, Eros harrows my heart, wild winds whipping desolate mountains, uprooting oaks. And see, that's like an epigrammatic poem.
Mm-hmm.
And see, to me, those are difficult to learn from because you have to decipher what someone else means.
You got to figure out what the author of the poem was trying to say.
It's not necessarily advice.
Right.
You see, or I wouldn't even say it's as much philosophical. That's more like art, like brushing painting a brush across paper.
That's like painting a picture.
Exactly.
It's like painting a picture for you to visually see through words.
Now, this is dope. This is poetic. This is simplistic as hell. And Mr. Ben Franklin did this.
Okay.
I think this is actually dope. This is real dope. Little strokes fell great oaks.
Okay.
So
baby steps.
Not only that,
okay,
but you can paint a big ass oak tree with little strokes.
Right.
You
That's true.
Saying? Patience. It's a lot to go with it.
Okay. You could throw a lot of things at that. Baby steps. And you got to walk before you run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you his name, and I want you to look the name up and tell me a little bit about him while I tell you what this means, what he said. I like this one because it got liquor in it, y'all. You can take a shot off this one, y'all. But it's candy is dandy, but liquor is quicker. And that's Mr. Ogden Nash. Candy is dandy, but liquor is quicker. Okay, so I'd have to see what Ogden was talking about on that one because I know what liquor is quicker for me,
Frederick Ogden Nash. Born 1902, died 1971, was an American poet.
Okay.
Well known for his light verse, of which he wrote over 500 pieces. So, with his unconventional rhyming schemes, he was declared by the New York Times to be the country's best-known producer of humorous poetry. So he wrote short. So that's actually a poem. He wrote short, quick-witted poems.
Okay.
Right.
I have one. This is a short one too. It's by Adam. I think it's Alhanti, but it's change is no longer near, change is here. And I'm always one that is like, man, the time is now. The time is now. No better time than the present. So these type of phrases, first of all, they're like motivational speeches to me. They resonate with me because you always really hear something positive, or you hear a moral in them, or there's value to them.
Okay.
I'll go to one, like I was saying, I'm going to the old ones and then going back to some of the new ones.
Okay.
All right. So like I was saying, don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seed that you plant.
Okay.
So to me, that's like you can't expect a certain thing pretty much, or expect certain days to be what you would want them to be if you're not, I would say, putting forth the time and the energy to make that happen.
Okay, say that one more time for me.
The epigram, or what I was
epigram,
just saying.
the
Okay,
epigram.
the epigram is don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seed that you plant.
Oh, okay.
So that's also assuming, like, let's say something happened to you, but you're judging what happened based off of maybe the reason why it happened.
Okay.
Like you did something to make something happen that day. So you can't always just judge the day by, I guess, by the product or by what you reap.
Right.
Judge you are the seed in this instance is what I'm getting.
Okay. Or you could take it as, have you planted in someone else some knowledge, some, have you taught someone something that day? Those kind of seeds as well, right? Am I correct?
Yeah.
Right. You know how you plant seeds in people, whereas they can take that knowledge that you've given them and grow as well?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Something like that, maybe.
Well,
I'm not saying that that's necessarily the case, but that's what I take from it.
Exactly. Well, one thing I do like about this, like I said, it's up to interpretation, but it's always seeming to be something moralistic or of a positive value that you can get from it.
Right.
I have something interesting from Oscar Wilde. He said, "I didn't attend the funeral, but I sent a nice letter saying I approved of it." All right, so this is considered to be an epigram. I would say that it's satirical because you're kind of dealing with a dark moment, meaning a funeral. You can obviously tell he's one of them back in the day type people.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of tasteless to me, to be honest with you.
I'm with you on that one.
But he's one of the most famous ones for epigrams. So, okay. We have. This is by Abe Lincoln, by the way. In the end, it's not the years of life that count, but the life of your years. So I guess that you could live 100 years. Let's say you never went anywhere, you did something boring, you never helped anyone, you never had anything adventurous. And let's say you lived 30 years, but you went to every country in every state on the planet.
Right.
That would be getting the life out of your years.
Right. Well, to add to that, I was telling you earlier when we was off air, I've learned one a couple of months ago, and it says life is what happens when you're living. That you can attach that to that too. People say life is life, and well, that's what happens when you're living.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's very unpredictable, no matter how much you plan, how far ahead you plan, like me. You still can't beat what's around the corner.
That's true.
Okay, let's see. Here's one that I like. Don't go where the path may lead. Go where there is no path and leave a trail. So, I like that. I'm not a follower.
I was gonna say that. So, are you leaving a trail for someone else to follow what you've already done?
I would say not necessarily that. If you leave a trail, you leave an imprint behind.
Okay.
You leave your existence behind. People can do with the trail whether they want to or not, but it's there. It showed that you were once there. Also, you're going in a new direction, somewhere where no one else has gone because you just made that trail.
That's your legacy. The trail is your legacy, right? Yeah. I get that. I got one that I looked up, and I didn't really look it up, but I was looking up definitions of epigrams when we were talking. And Benjamin Franklin, I didn't know he said this one, but remember, time is money.
Whoa, okay. Everybody say that one now.
Right, everybody say that.
Time is money.
Right.
Okay.
Westside Misfits say, be a leader, not a follower.
So now, I got one that's really, you can tell this is kind of current. I like this one. It's tigers don't lose sleep over the opinion of sheep. So I think a lot of people should take a lesson from this, and I like that because it's using animals as well. But they're absolutely right, man. The tiger ain't gonna lose no kind of sleep over what a sheep is doing. Matter of fact, they gonna hunt the sheep down.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
I've seen that epigram on social media a lot, though. I've seen it a lot over the years. It's changed some.
Mhm.
Wolf don't, lion don't lose his spots over,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yep,
So
yep.
I've seen that a lot.
It's basically like kind of like don't let what others say pretty much affect you. You know what I'm saying? Or get bent out of shape about it.
Here's one.
Okay.
There is only one thing in the world worse than being talked about, and that is not being talked about.
Yep, I have that one actually.
You got that one? Okay,
Uh-huh.
my bad.
And that bleeds into something. One, I will say this is negative with this one. That all press or bad press is better than no press.
Right.
Sometimes you don't have to be talked about. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where I'm at with that.
Right.
Because I don't need you saying just anything about me just to be saying something
Right,
about, or
just
just
to
to
be
think that I
talking.
have relevance.
Right.
Okay, so with that, then we can fire back at each other now. Okay, so they say kindness is a language that the deaf can hear and the blind can see. That was an awesome one that I like.
Okay.
Because kindness is a language also that if the deaf can hear it and the blind can see it, then that means no matter where you are in the country, if you don't speak the same language, if you do an act of kindness, they will understand it. That's basically what I get. It doesn't take a lot to interpret a kind deed. Simple as that. That's kind of dope. We should start teaching more of that.
Right. That's true.
And shoot, actually, man, it's funny. They need a parables class. They need a proverbs class. They leave it up to us to do research on our own for certain things. With as far as morals, with the exception of like Bible study, and if you want to create a group. But I think instead of separating a lot of things from school, they should start interjecting some of this in there. We spend half of our damn lives learning something, you know what I'm saying, or learning information, and the information don't make us better as people. It just makes us learn how to do a damn job.
That's true. Here's one. This is not your responsibility, but it is your problem.
Yeah. Okay. We have, if opportunity doesn't knock, build a door.
Okay.
So to me, that sounds like someone that is determined. That it doesn't matter how things go. It doesn't matter what someone offers you. You're going to create certain things. You're going to create your destiny because you don't see one there for you. I like that a lot. This is something, just 3 words, and it's attributed to Malcolm X. But it's cool it, brothers.
Really?
Yeah. And then you got 3 words from George Harrison, and it's love one another. So see, okay, so we'll rewind back to the Malcolm X cool it brothers.
Okay.
Brothers. I can get that and I can dig it, because imagine going into a room full of folks that's heated, room full of folks that's debating, room full of folks that it could go to the left, or something similar to that. And you just yell out those words. It's almost like I've been told, like, hey or hello are some of the best words that you can do to either diffuse or break the ice. Meaning, like, and I've used it a couple of times. I've gone into some places where there's just some shady characters, man, and I was just like, hey, how's everybody doing?
Right.
Or you just say a catchphrase that's a positive phrase, and shit, it get to the point where even if they not cool with you, they ain't even paying attention to you. Then,
Right. Right.
So yeah, I get it. I'll give you another one. By Joe Hill, it says, "Don't mourn for me, organize." See?
Right.
So one thing I'm learning with these epigrams are they're very short but very powerful.
Very short, but they can hit hard.
Exactly. We got one. Oh wow, Sitting Bull. Come on, take action. Let's go. Now that sounds like a war chant. If it's coming from Sitting Bull. You know what I'm saying? What that mean is, boy, if you don't get your spears and get on this horse and let's get into this action and let's go. That's exactly what that sounds like to me.
So they say the cool it brother from Malcolm X mean calm the fuck down.
You know that's what it mean. You get your top blown in this bitch, basically. All right, so here's one. It involves nature. I like this one a lot, but it's Be the flower that gives fragrance to the hand that crushes it. So, and it's almost like you're gonna remember me regardless, or let them know you've been in the fight, even if you lose. Kind of, you know.
Here's one: space I can recover, time never.
Yeah, I forgot. That's somebody that's famous that said
Napoleon Bonaparte.
Well, you know,
Napoleon.
Napoleon done finally got one off. All right, so I'm gonna go back in the day. I'm gonna give you one by Sappho. A short, revealing frock.
Mm-hmm.
It's just my luck. Your lips were made to mock. See, I gotta take stabs at this.
Right.
Stabs at figuring out what it means.
Right.
Maybe it seems like someone is making fun of them.
Okay.
Because it said your lips were made to mock.
Right.
It's just my luck.
Uh-huh.
In a short, revealing frock. So I guess a frock is something.
Oh,
a
you
truth.
know what? You know what they mean by that? When people get angry, they have a tendency to foam at the mouth. They call it foam at the mouth, and foam can be seen as a frock.
Okay.
So if you angry and you yelling and you putting up a fuss, you know, just my luck, your lips are made to mock. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm just gonna make fun of you because you really tripping.
Mm-hmm.
You tripping.
Okay. So now I have one that's easier to understand. And it is courage is not having the strength to go on. It's going on when you don't have the strength. And so that was kind of my first time hearing that, even though I've heard something similar to those things. And most of the time I just heard courage is just having the strength to go on. But when you add the other part to it, it does make more sense. Courage is when you don't have the strength, you keep going.
Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Are all epigrams positive though? Like,
it seems to be because it's like they're getting something from an experience to motivate. Like I said, they all seem motivational. I'll give you some because they even have like epigrams. Some of them are like chants before war, or they describe something that was negative. But it's almost like the bright light at the end of the tunnel. I'll give you one. This is by, I guess his name is Simonides. Okay, so it just says, all right, so here's my interpretation of a poem by Simonides. It's commemorating the Spartan heroes who died defending the hot gates, right? Okay, so it's passerby, tell the Spartans we lie. Lifeless at Thermopylae, dead at their word, obedient to their command, have they heard? Do they understand? Okay, now see, he's talking about death. He's talking about holding down the fort for a particular, defending. But does it sound negative what he's saying? And I'm with you. Like I was trying to find like some negative, some negative epigrams. But even when you get to the definition of it, it still says it's a rhetorical device, memorable and often witty, right? Memorable and witty, ironic, and the only thing I could see would be scathing. But scathing is they considered scathing to be the truth back then, revealing.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So you can't necessarily consider scathing to me to be like negative or bad. These are like revelation stories to me, revealing. Okay, like what would you attempt to do if you knew you could not fail? And so a lot of these epigrams make you think, or they make you press on. They show you that there's hope and that there's something more to it. They make you strategize. I actually have an epigram that deals with hope that I'll discuss a little bit later when I actually get to it. But yeah, man, I'm scrolling through them and I'm trying to find something, that you can consider kind of derogatory. Okay, this one. Know the rules well so you can break them effectively. I would say, but see, these are rules. It didn't necessarily say laws. So it could be certain rules that are put into play that may not necessarily make sense, or may not necessarily be I could say that detrimental, that there needs to be a punishment and you can break them.
Okay.
Or shit, some of these lawyers know the rules and they break them. You know, they break them effectively because they know what they're doing.
I'm trying to find some dark ones, so I'm trying to find some dark ones, and I really cannot find.
I'm trying to tell you
ones.
because
I'm trying my best because
yeah, and I like that.
It could be on both sides. Like I'm really wondering, why does all epigrams have? Because you can have some dark satirical humor. It happens all the time. I'm gonna give you a good example. The one you wrote about. I didn't go to the funeral, but I sent a letter saying I approve. That's kind of dark.
It's dark, but see, he's trying to be witty with it, and he's still saying something positive, like he approved of it. It's almost like a RSVP. You see what I'm saying? But in words, in poetry. But I don't think they're meant to be negative. That's the thing. Because a lot of them, like I just said, one of them is happiness is a way of travel and not a destination.
Okay.
These things seem to be always about, maybe if you've gone through something negative, then you would pick. It's like an epigram is a pick me up.
Slick say, but it's more effective to know the rule before you make your move.
Absolutely right, because you know if it's a consequence attached to it.
I'm gonna give you epigram from a movie. Behind every great fortune, there is a crime.
Damn, that's kind of deep.
The Godfather.
Well, you know, that's for movie purposes, because the only one thing that would make me disagree with that is childbirth was a great fortune for me, and I didn't have to do no crime for that.
Right. Well,
But
I think they're talking about as far as
clearly money,
monetarily.
Well, no, because when people donate, and if you get a fortune from donating or inheriting, I think that's beautiful too, to a degree. Someone willing to give you something, but I feel you. You know what I'm saying? That would be one that would be negative that we could come across. Here's something that if you come across failure, then because failure would be considered to be negative, but the twist to it is success is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm.
Okay.
So once again, these epigrams seem booby trapped to give you something positive, like hardwired to make you smile, make you believe in yourself. As a matter of fact, for the whole month of May, I'm gonna send my daughter one in a text every morning, because a lot of them are attached to, if you use them, it can change your life, because it changed your perspective.
Okay.
Like most people don't listen with the intent to understand, they listen to reply.
Yeah.
So if you're talking to me and all I'm thinking about is what I want to say back to you, what I want to say back to you, what I want to say back to you,
I'm not comprehending.
Yep. And that's what a lot of people
I
do.
have that habit.
Yeah, well.
Especially if I'm in defense. If I'm already, if you're already coming at me and barking at me, and I'm already in defense mode, I'm not hearing nothing you saying, because I'm trying to get my rebuttal in.
I have a way of processing it too fast. You know what I'm saying? And not giving you time maybe to elaborate on it. Okay. I will say that. Here's one that I know we all can agree on, man. I'm gonna get to the ones that I really like.
Okay.
Like, man, share your progress, not your goals, and you'll always be motivated. A lot of times people will say, you know, don't necessarily tell everyone your plans and keep them to yourself, you know, or like you don't want to jinx them. Right. Or when you tell people what you have going on, that gives them the ammo to throw salt on them a little bit.
Okay.
And I do agree with that. You know, sometimes inadvertently you may be sitting next to somebody that could put you right where you need to be.
Okay.
Let's just say, you know, you have a brother that does taxes or help build good credit. And I'm telling you, man, all I need is for my credit to be A1 so I can go ahead and get this license and open up my business.
Right.
And you got a little disdain for me, and I didn't even know that. And you got someone that could help me get a license just like that.
Well, you know, from personally.
Yep. But since I just told you my plan and all of that, now you know, basically just to be an obstacle or just not to hinder it. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like I stuck my foot in my mouth a little bit.
Right.
So, you know, I heed a lot of what I'm trying to tell you all tonight. Like I say, these are valuable. These are words of wisdom. I call them gems.
I'm gonna give you one from a book.
Okay.
Lawyers, I suppose, were children once, and that's supposed to be an epigram, and they call these epigraphs,
Okay.
and that's from To Kill a Mockingbird. You ever
Oh,
read that
wow.
book?
No.
Okay.
Nah. You know them. I know why the cage bird sings, To Kill a Mockingbirds, and all that require reading. I read some of them. I will say that's one that just slipped past me though. This is one that I like though. This does kind of reign true, and this is the people that ask the most from you do the least for you. Unfortunately, I see that because the people that do a lot for you don't ask for a lot of times. You see what I'm saying? And it seems to be mutual.
Yeah, it's a mutual understanding.
Yeah, you know, because think about it. Do you have that one person that you just consistently keep asking? No, because you would understand I'm wearing this person out.
Right.
So, yeah, I would say somebody gonna ask me 30 times, yeah, they doing the least for me. How can they do the most for me? Because they always asking me for shit.
Right.
Seriously though, when you start putting when the wheels start turning in your
Right.
mind with these epigrams, man,
Right.
it's a wonderful thing. Now
Go ahead. Here's one. If they give you ruled paper, write the other way.
If they give you what now?
Ruled paper.
Ruled paper.
Ruled.
I know what you're saying. Lines.
Yeah, ruled paper. Write the other way.
Right the other way. You dropped that one. I mean, I need to know what do you think?
Basically, if they're telling you to write this way, and telling you how to write and what to write,
so they're controlling you.
write the other way.
I got you.
Right.
Okay, kind of like when them teachers be like, what do they say? They'll say something like, I need you to write a word on a piece of paper for me. You literally write word and stuff like that.
Right.
I got you.
Write A, B, C, D, E, F, G, each line.
Yeah. Now, this one right here resonate for me, man. Like, hey, I took a shot when I read this one, man. Okay. And I'm gonna think about this one all May. Cause I'm a ladies man, and it said if you put her on a pedestal, she will always look down on you. And so, I mean, I never thought of it that way. I still kind of don't, but it does make sense. I don't want it to be that way, but it makes sense.
Such great sense.
It makes sense. It's almost like when I was saying, if you try to go for someone high maintenance, then you gonna have to live up to that. You see what I'm saying? Like, and you can't fault that person for looking at you a certain way when you come with that knockoff. If they always got the brand name. So, I mean, be careful. You know, you put on that pedestal, there ain't nothing but to look but down. It's a little bit above you. And then I'll piggyback off of that because there's another epigram that says, if someone is trying to bring you down, then that means that you're above them. So, you know, hey, now that could be kind of, see how they took a negative and put it into a positive?
Right.
If they're trying to bring you down. Okay, I say giving up hope, the hope with the rope, tie that knot in that rope, they're not going to let you fail with
Slick say that is not true about the
thank you, Slick. I hope it ain't. But it's raining true with these millennials though.
Right. It rains true.
The ones that want all the likes and attention.
Yeah, most definitely.
So this is a good one. I'm learning this, and I learned this because people will either say it's not necessarily what you say, it's how you say it, or they'll say it's the delivery.
Okay.
So with that, sometimes I just be like, fuck all that then. Not everything in your brain needs to come out your mouth. Because you may not be able to even deliver it properly. Or it might not be the right timing, the right moment, the right person to say it to. You might not be the right person to say what is necessarily need to be said. But I agree with that. Not everything in your brain needs to come out your mouth.
That's true.
And notice how that doesn't necessarily mean you're ignorant.
Right.
It don't mean you don't know anything.
Right.
That just means not everything should come out.
Right.
Oh, now here's one, Lab. I want you to shoot one back at me after this one.
Okay.
But this shit here was dope. I like this one too. I was taking a lot of shots this weekend. I probably became an alcoholic. If I took a shot to everyone that resonated and I liked, boy, I'd be a fish in this bitch. But You'll never ruin a role if you play yourself. Can you drop one of them little pow, shoot somebody, pow, there we go. I like that one there. I'll say that one more time because everybody need to do this one. Right. You'll never ruin a role if you play yourself. Trying to be somebody else, trying to do something different, that never works.
Right. That right there, that one right there is a keeper.
Oh yeah, that's a keeper, man. You know, that's a keeper. And what's awesome about that, man, like I always play my role anyway. It's like playing your position, staying in your own lane. Y'all hear it, it's just in different ways, right. You know. But it's good to hear something interpreted in another way because it may resonate with you a little bit differently. This may stand out, or you may understand it better than the other options that you have.
All right, here's one. Don't seek for everything to happen as you wish it would, but rather wish that everything happens as it actually will.
Okay, now that's kind of dope. To me, that's like strategically planning out what you want to manifest. Like how you want it to happen, whether or how it will happen. Right. I mean, that's a little bit prophetic. So if you can master that and do that, you're gonna be ahead in life. Right. And you're always gonna have a optimistic outlook because you're practicing making it happen how you want it to. That's dope. I like this one. Everybody needs to follow this one for sure. Look for the friend that says good things behind your back and bad things to your face. So if you consider it bad, that shit is good, because if somebody gonna always say what you want to hear, they're not even helping you. And most of the time, what this is letting me know is the person that's gonna always say the good shit to your face probably be stabbing you in your back. At some point, they're gonna say something. And I approach how I learn. Well, this is how I read and observe people that I don't know or coming into a situation. If someone is comfortable always talking shit about you, or someone is comfortable always talking about somebody behind their back, then you got to be like, well, what would you say when I'm not in the room? You see what I'm saying? You know, you got the character that you always talking about somebody. It's clear that you're talking about somebody behind their back and you don't say it in their face. Them kind of people you need to stay away from. Okay, this is one. Once again, we touched on these, but it's in different sayings. Right. You can cut all the flowers, but you can't stop spring from coming. I like that. You see what I'm saying? Y'all might want to duck. Get your bulletproof today, boy. We catching friendly fire all in this bitch because gems are being dropped. I love this. I love these epigrams. Parables, like I say, proverbs and epigrams. You got me all day. I could do this for hours.
I got one for you. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one.
Yeah, I saw that. I came across that. That's dope. I mean, and you know, that goes. See, what we're telling you, you don't even have to apply this to you. Right. You can apply this to a situation. I give you a situation at work. I had two coworkers. This was in the past. Okay. Two coworkers were sitting there talking, arguing about how we gonna get the level, how we gonna get the powers up, how we gonna get this to be done. If we manipulate the machine and they read it, then and they were supposed to be refilling the machine. Okay. So what I said was, guys, man, while y'all sit here 6 days through Sunday talking about this shit, I'm gonna go actually put the bags in the machine so they can pull them out and use them. Right. Problem solved. Right. So yeah, don't talk about it. Be about it.
Be about it. There you go.
You know what I'm saying? And I got one right here. This hit me a little bit hard. I took a shot, y'all. Okay. All right. So what we on, about 5 or 6 shots? Your boy was floating in this bitch. You about 6 shots. But if you're a friend to everyone, then you're an enemy to yourself. So now, I feel that, and this is how this can occur. Okay, you're a friend. You're that friend that 4 people need something, and you don't know how to tell them no. And you give all them 4 people something. Next thing you know, an emergency happened, and you have to handle that emergency. So you take care of that emergency. Next thing you know, you need something. And you don't have it. And them friends that you just, help, not to say they not your friends and they not bad, but they can't necessarily help you right at this moment. So to a degree, you just an enemy to yourself because you helped everybody else, and now you need help and you can't help yourself. So It doesn't mean don't be people's friends. Just tone it down some, or recognize who's really that friend and who really ain't.
Okay. I got one for you.
I figured you would.
Cease to hope and you will cease to fear. Hope breeds fear.
Cease to hope and you will cease to fear. Hey, now you know what? I'm gonna tell you this because I almost got in an argument, not an argument, but a little debate, about hope. I'm not a hoper. I'm not necessarily a wisher. I'm a dreamer, but I act on my dreams. But a lot of times, hope tends to bear down on people where they can't maneuver and operate. And I'll just go ahead and say the one, I can surmise the epigram that I had, but it's like, wishing and hoping does nothing. It's making decisions and acting that makes it happen pretty much.
Okay.
So I don't want to kill hope, but if you're not going to be active with your hope and put a plan with your hope, then that's exactly what it is. Oh shit, I hope that fire burn out. Or do you want to go get some water and throw it on that fire and try to make it burn out?
Right.
Shit, man, I wish I could win this scratch off, but you never buy one. So you see, that's what I'm talking about. How you gonna hope to win a lottery you never buy a damn ticket?
Right.
So we have to start deciphering the differences in if we want things to happen for us.
Right. Difficulty comes from our lack of confidence.
Wow. Hey. No. Okay. I ain't gonna say that. Now that I disagree with it, but I like it, and I can learn from it. I can take something from it though. But you said difficulty comes from what's that again now? Lack of confidence. Okay, so all right. It's difficult to do certain exercises.
Right.
And you might physically can't do it. It ain't. I know some people that's confident as hell and do it, and then they bust their ass because they just can't.
Right.
It ain't got nothing to do with the confidence. They just can't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, one thing I don't do, I don't put phrases out that'll make somebody deter somebody. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, if I decipher it and it ain't for me, then I don't
use it.
pass them on. Exactly.
Right.
That one would be one I would put on the back burner, but I understand it. You know, and it does make sense.
Right.
Okay, I'll give you one. I think this goes for the women. This goes for the women a little bit more for the men, because I definitely don't like how they are treated a lot, and I see this happen more with the women than it does the men. But going back to your ex is like taking a shower and putting dirty underwear on.
Okay.
That was one that they had on. Yeah. So, I get it. I mean, who wants to, how can I say, clean yourself up, learn from something, move on, get fresh, get clean. Cleanliness, like they say, is close to godliness. And then you go right back to that same dirty shit.
Okay.
Right back to that same treatment. Right back to everything that you just fought to get over. And you're going to go right back to it. And it's probably going to happen to you again.
Right.
So
I'm going to give you one that has been translated, and you tell me what it's been translated to.
Okay.
For a current. But this is an older one. This is like in BC.
Okay.
Like back in Roman times.
Okay.
For many men, the acquisition of wealth does not end their troubles. It only changes them.
Man, you already know I know what that is. First of all, man, that's more money, more problems, bro. Hey, and then on top of that, it's funny because you said many men, and I'm like, here we go with 50 Cent. But yeah. You get two birds with one stone out that one. There we go. Shit, a bird in the hand be two in the bush.
Right.
Here we go. But all right, so I'ma jump back into time then and give y'all some of this therefore thou art boringness. This one is by Matsuo Basho. And this is I ain't gonna lie, man, you know, I'm a poetry buff, so if this epigram is poetic, I'm gonna respect it. Okay. But winter in the air, my neighbor, how does he fare? Now, honestly, that could say a lot coming from those particular times.
Yeah.
If you go for the time period, winter could damn near bring famine and damn, you know, epidemics and disease and all of that. So how does he fare mean? Is he gonna survive through this cold winter? Winter in the air, my neighbor, how does he fare? He could be like, I love this winter air. It's beautiful for me. It's wintertime. It's snow out there. How does my neighbor fare? You know what I'm saying? But when somebody asks how does he fare, that kind of mean how they doing, if you ask me. So that's what I got. But
here you go. Now this is a more of a religious one,
mm-hmm.
and I'm just gonna throw it out there, and some of it applies to today. It say religion is regarded by the common people as true, by the wise as false, and by rulers as useful.
Okay. See, the last one got me. Rulers is useful, meaning, oh, you want to use religion to rule.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's man-made.
Politicians today do that.
It's man-made, yeah.
They claim to be religious and all that, but they do ungodly things to people and each other.
Clearly, under the guise of religion, man.
Right.
I just thought that, to me, religion always, like, divided and conquered. I mean, anything, that's the biggest way to separate people that are down on the planet that I know of is by either race or religion. And when you have tales of death and war and famine and a whole bunch of negative shit all on behalf of it, when I know in my own mind and conscience that I wouldn't subject people or, you know, to that type of stuff just for advancement, it just make me second guess it.
Right.
With that being said, I've never heard this one to a degree. I've always heard go over, under, or around it. But this is dope and very simplistic. The only way out is through.
I've heard that.
And so, like, meaning, like, the only way out of a lot of your problems is to get through it. And that is the only way. Like, how do you get out of a problem? You don't. You get through that shit. That's it. Okay. I like this one. I'm going to use this one. Never heard it. It makes sense. Honesty is a very expensive gift. Don't expect it from cheap people. So, see what I'm saying? I like that. You know,
a lot of people are not honest.
No, they're not. You know what I'm saying? And then one, it says not to expect it though. Like, don't expect it from cheap people. You know, but that's sad because if people are saying in like kind of motivational terms, like don't expect honesty from people, then that goes to show when we're thinking of how to motivate, that's in our subconscious or in our conscience. You know what I'm saying? Well, hey man, like, can't trust everybody. You know.
I'm gonna give you one. You gonna tell me. You gonna know what time this is from, and what time and what country. The mob is the mother of tyrants.
Okay, say that again now.
The mob is the mother of tyrants.
The mob is the mother of tyrants. And I'm gonna know that, right?
Yeah. You know that.
It came from a movie?
Nope.
The mob.
It's Greek. You know, back in Greece in Roman times, back in Rome, you know, they used to always say apparently that when they had the games, you know, the gladiator games, that, you know, Rome was the mob because they loved the violence.
Oh, clear. Okay. Well, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So the mob is the violence the mob is violence, and that is the mother of tyrants.
Well, I mean, to me, then that meant that the tyrants were those who ruled.
Right.
So we still have that today.
Right.
That would be the government is the mob.
The government is the tyrant.
Well, the people are the mob. Oh, we the mob? Because
Right.
we like to watch what they do?
Because we are.
I like to say the politicians the mob.
Okay, let's go with the politicians.
Yeah. Okay, so this is what I like. This is very motivational. We must meet the challenge rather than wish it wasn't before us. And all right, so that right there, you can take that to the grave, because one of the things, if it's a challenge in front of you and you can't get around it, why wish it's not there? A lot of times you defeat yourself. You make the challenge harder when you wish it wasn't there. There have been times when I was at work and it looked like the things was insurmountable, and as long as I told myself that, it was harder to do, took longer.
Okay.
But when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna knock this thing out, whistle while you work, cut on some Frankie Beverly or something while I do this, next thing you know, the challenge is done.
Say, before you know it, the day is over.
Hey, I always say this. I say this down there every day. 8 hours can't last 24 or the whole day. Shit, they can't keep me up in here forever. As soon as I hit the clock, I'm counting down. Them hours go backwards. I can't stay there forever.
Right.
You know, and you don't let them get the last drop. All right, so this is another one. This is pretty much good relationship advice. Some goodbyes set you free.
Okay.
So I knew that was coming. I was waiting for the little pause for a second. I started to duck. But that is so simplistic, but it mean a lot, because a lot of the times, man, folks get in.
You gotta let people go.
And they get in their emotions, man. They want to hold on. You know, like I get it, because when you spend, let's say, a year or two with somebody, man, and you be like, man, we used to watch this together. We saw that movie together. We listened to this. That's her favorite meal. That's that. You know what I'm saying? But if deep inside it's eating at you, and you know, man, it's a recipe for disaster. You know it ain't gonna work.
Right.
Even though you attached to them, it's a lot that you love about them or like about them, man.
Right.
Saying those final goodbyes is always gonna set you free, because now you got the freedom to live, to breathe,
to do what you were meant to do, maybe.
Exactly. Or maybe open that door for somebody that will do everything that they didn't do for you, or whatever the hang-ups you had for that person that you were holding on to, they the totally opposite. So yeah, man. Other goodbyes, I definitely say this, and it ain't even relationship advice. I got set free from my last job, y'all. Yeah, I had to say goodbye to them bitches, and I felt free as a bird, but I had to go work for somebody else. But yeah, I say that, like, a lot of times, man, if you're in a situation where you feel like you're married to that job, I mean, and obviously a lot of us need it, man, because we want to be financially efficient with it, man. You know, we got bills to pay. Sometimes it's bad timing, man. Who want to up and quit a job at the middle of the month when you know you got bills coming up at the first of the month? Or a lot of times, man, where it's convenient for you. You just used to the people you work with. You used to the travel. And so it becomes difficult to give it up.
Sometimes the universe will let it go for you.
Man, yeah, but this time I gave it up.
Right.
And I said my goodbyes, bro, and I was free, man. I took a shot when I went home. Yeah, you know, yeah. Started to drink in that bitch so they could send me home. But, you know, did it the right way. I'm
gonna give you one.
Okay.
Life is long if you know how to use it.
Wow. I like that. See, that's positive. I always think that way. Think you gonna be on this bitch till you 130.
Right.
And use your life like you 130. Don't use it up though. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, enough foolishness to enjoy life, enough wisdom to avoid errors. So, you know, you don't want to be, how can I say, a stickler where you so paranoid, or you so, I'm not gonna use, I say righteous, where you to the point where you just can't have fun. You know, as long as it's not harmful or sinful to somebody, or you just, you know what I'm saying, deceitful or manipulative, man, have a little fun, be a little foolish. But like you say, you gotta have wisdom and morals so that, you know, you can avoid the errors that will make that fun bounce back and you know, have bad karma with you.
Right. Here's one that goes with what you just said. Rough is the road that leads to greatness.
Oh man, I'm on that path right now.
Right.
I'm definitely on that road. I can tell you right now, you better always have thick soles on. 'Cause, man, you ain't gonna be able to walk it barefoot. I'm letting you know. And it makes life worth it though. I'm one of them, man. I don't want it if I ain't gotta work hard for it. I come up with a whole bunch of epigrams myself, just off a thought process sometimes, man. But one that I came across that I'm gonna share that I like, because I always say this, most people will definitely tell you I'm always trying to improve myself, but it says, let your improvement, the improvement of yourself, keep you so busy that you don't have time to criticize others. And that goes along with me when I say, man, I'm the best at being me. I'm greater at being me than I am at you.
Right.
Why would I spend time trying to figure out your next moves or critique and criticize you when I got improvements I need to be making? You can make improvements to the day that you pass. You supposed to be.
Right.
Like I say, I've never seen someone achieve perfection. I think I sent you a little link about Nirvana.
Right.
And you saw what it took damn near took death to achieve nirvana.
Yeah.
So and
that's why they say, like, Buddhist monks, they say they never reach enlightenment. It's the learning, it's the knowledge that you gain from trying to acquire it.
Exactly.
That is the enlightenment.
Exactly. And see, just based off of what we looked at, that diet that they had, until the dude broke it down, I had no idea what it meant.
Right.
But I can tell you all this. I can share some of this with you. Basically, the Buddha monks were eating just nothing but a diet of vegetation, like tree barks, anything from a tree that they could.
Right.
And in the long run, what it did was it burned pretty much all of the body fat that they had, because the procedure that they wanted to do, they wanted to self-mummify themselves. They wanted to become pretty much embalm themselves like a mummy. The second procedure in this process was they drank something that was pretty much similar to like if you're drinking poison ivy. They wanted the sensation of itching inside without, meaning something
not
that's
being able to solve the problem.
Exactly.
With scratching.
They felt that was a part of nirvana. But by drinking the poison, what it did was it killed all of the bacteria, all the microorganisms in their body that would decay their flesh after they passed. So I'm gonna stop it right there and just say, first of all, it's some people out there that think of they on a whole nother level of thought, man. But to go through however many, they went through about a year and some change, or however long they did just eating tree bark and then drinking. They went through maybe a month or two of drinking poison ivy. I don't even know what will make you think and come to that. But that just goes to show you, and some Buddhas drop gems, and they have epigrams and words of wisdom. But Buddhas are also the type of people that'll do that. What I just said. All right, so we don't want that kind of self-improvement where we want to reach nirvana and we have to kill ourselves,
right?
Or unalive ourselves.
Unalive ourselves. That's it.
All
Here's
right.
one. Tell me what you pay attention to, and I will tell you who you are.
Now that's by somebody famous.
Jose Ortega.
Yeah. See, I came across
Gasset.
that guy. I came across him. Okay, so here's one. Only a person who, and this kind of goes along with the nirvana thing, because this is a karma and a balance.
Okay.
Only a person who has experienced the ultimate failure can experience ultimate bliss. Because how you going to compare the ultimate bliss to anything if you ain't failed nothing?
Right. How would you know?
Yeah, it levels out. It's a balanced plane. I dig that. Wow. Here's one. You think you know something, but you only know what you want to know. And yeah, hit that because that made me think, because you always have that man knows everything but knows nothing, you know what I'm saying? This is, I'm gonna say it one more time. You think you know something, but you only know what you want to know, which is absolutely goddamn true. You only know what you want to take the time out to learn and what you want to know. And then this is what made it hit me, because in my mind I tried, hey man, I'm a debater. I tried to debate it, but then I said this, you know what? No, this is right, because when I come across people, let's just say it's a post or something, and you think you know something about it, right?
Right.
The first thing I'm gonna do is goddamn try to Google to know some more about it, because I want to know about that. I ain't really know too much about it. I only know what I want to know
about it, right?
Because there's so many things out there that I don't know. How the hell am I gonna know it? Because I don't want to know it yet, or you haven't even come across it to know that you don't know it.
Or you think about how people with certain political views only look at news or talk to people who have those same views.
Yep.
So they only know that part. They don't know the opposite part and why this person thinks that way. So they only know what they know.
Well, and another thing, if you've noticed, they always regurgitate them same ass topics every damn debate.
Here's one. You never know who's swimming naked until the tide goes out.
Boy, shit.
Warren
hey
Buffett.
Man, I need to be there when they take their clothes off. Yeah, I like that. So Warren Buffett been skinny dipping, basically. That's all he trying to say.
I guess he means like you never know who broke.
Or to me that's like time reveals. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, like give it due time, because when the tide go back, it take time for that tide to go down, and you see who naked. So it take time to reveal the real truth. Okay, so I got one. I want you to tell me what you think this means, because I can go for days with it. But it says the cosmos speaks in patterns. It could be literally, because stars have patterns. But I just think that was somebody who was looking up in the sky, basking at the sky, and just got deep. Like, ooh, this cosmos speaking the patterns in me, if you want to look at it like a pattern of the earth revolving, a pattern of every so often maybe a comet may come by.
Right.
Patterns of shooting stars. I get it, because actually, believe it or not, if you do pay attention, there are certain alignments and patterns that happen, and it happens yearly in certain seasons or certain months.
Okay.
Once again, that goes back to you only know what you want to know, because I know a little bit of that, but if I wanted to know more of it, then,
right.
I would dig into it. Like if I want to have that as a topic, then here we go. I gotta track that down. Obviously, this one, I use this all the time, and I don't say it like this, but I might start saying it like this. But expect the unexpected, or you won't find it. Now, I always say something like, I don't really have expectations for the next person, or I don't set my expectations for you. Because first of all, how the hell you know what I set for you?
Right.
How you gonna live up to something you don't even know? Right. So I don't go into it with high hopes and expectations for someone else. I just go into it with what I will accept and what I won't accept for myself.
Okay.
So I kind of get the if you expecting the unexpected, or you won't find it. That's almost like to me, it's like looking for something in someone that you never find.
Here's one. The world was not big enough for Alexander the Great, but a coffin was, and that means that we are all equal in death.
Oh wow! Yeah. I saw that one.
Yeah.
Now, okay. See that they bringing you back down to earth with that now.
Right.
This is one that's interesting. You can't step in the same river twice. Now that I don't get it.
You
maybe
can't actually do that. You can't actually step in the same.
That's what I'm saying. But maybe they got something with that. Maybe like with both feet at the same time. I don't know, man. Step in the same.
I don't know about that one. That one's a little different.
You
can step in the same river twice if you choose to do so. Okay. If it's your choice to step in that river twice, you can do it. But I guess the thing would it be detrimental, or would it be? I mean, because sometimes you may have to cross that same river to get to where you're going. You may have, you know what I'm saying?
So I have one where it was like life is about learning which bridges to build and which bridge to burn. I like that. Can you shoot one? Pow, pow, pow. Which bridge to build, which bridge to burn. All right. This is one that I don't know, man. This just seemed like a spoken word, but that which opposes produces a benefit. And I can get it to a degree, because something that is opposition is like hindrance. And if you get over an obstacle, you're always gonna benefit from it, I'm assuming. You know what I'm saying? It's considered an accomplishment, but it's just, all of them aren't great.
Right. They all can't be great.
I ain't take a shot to all of them,
They all can't be great.
Okay, so a wonderful harmony is created when we join together the seemingly unconnected. That's a bit deep for me. I get it.
Right.
Yeah,
you gotta think about what that means. And okay.
Now see, these seem like some regular stuff. Like lovers of wisdom must open their minds to very many things. And to me, that just means be an open-minded person. If you really want to learn a lot, or lovers of wisdom, I agree with that. I come across a lot of things, when I'm trying to find out knowledge that I'm like, damn, this really happened, or I really wouldn't be looking for this if I hadn't come across that.
Right.
So my mind got to be open, because you're gonna be,
I'm gonna give you one that you gonna think about for a second.
Uh-huh.
I mean the opposite of what I say. You've got it now. No, it's the other way.
I like that. I like that. Yeah. They basically just did a double entendre and all that within each other.
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you one that's similar to that. I like it, and you probably gonna give me a shot. Pow. But knowing many things doesn't teach insight, and I like that because it's a lot of people that think they know everything out there, right? And they always try to say, but that doesn't mean you have insight. Okay. You can know a lot of shit, but the insight, the wisdom behind it.
Do you comprehend what it is you know?
Okay, so I give it to you like this. There's a lot of folks out there that know a lot of stats for basketball players. Mm-hmm. Is that teaching insight? There's nothing insightful about that.
At all.
Nope. All right. Many fail to grasp what's right in the palm of their hand. So that's one of them. It's right up under your nose.
I like that one.
Yep. So and to me that means like don't sell yourself short.
Right.
You'd be surprised at what you can accomplish. It's probably right there in front of you. Where there is no sun, we can see the evening stars. That's cute if you want to be romantic. That means it's nighttime, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I like that. A good play on nature to let me know what time it is. You know?
Right. Here's one. I can't resist everything except temptation.
Damn. I mean, I can resist a little temptation, man. It's just what it is, though. If you got my weakness, you absolutely right. But some things be tempting, man, and I can be like, man, I'm good on that. I'm good on that. Or some things might be way tempting and addictive to other people, and I'm like, man, shit, I'm good on that. Here's
a dark one.
If you can't be a good example, you'll just have to be a horrible warning.
A horrible warning?
Mm-hmm.
I like that though. See, but look at it now. That's like I'ma use that negative person as an example of what not to do.
Right.
So, okay. This I like. Cause it says this is simple. Things love to conceal their true nature. Mm-hmm. So that's like putting a mask on. You could be lying. I mean,
people do that every day.
That's what I'm trying to say.
People do that
true
every day.
nature every day, man. Okay, so we got this. This looked like someone decided to get a little poetic and take their time. Seawater is both pure and polluted. For fish, it's drinkable and life-giving. For humans, undrinkable and destructive.
Yeah.
But
that's
you could
right,
benefit from it because you could pull the fish up out there.
Right, that's true. Here's one. An eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind.
Damn. Oh, and I'm an Old Testament guy too, man. I'm an eye for eye, tooth for tooth. I guess we're gonna be snaggletooth in this bitch.
Right.
Wow, we're gonna be eating gummy bears in this shit. Okay, I like this one right here, man. On a circle, an end point can also be a beginning point. So there's a beginning and ending. Yeah. Right. Got me
people always say I'm walking in circles.
In circles. Doom, 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 doom. Then round and round you go now.
Here's one you're going to have to think about a little bit. Not think about, but you're going to get it. Mm-hmm. It's called the American Dream because you have to be asleep to believe it.
Definitely. Definitely. Sound like somebody black made that one damn near,
that's
man.
George Carlin. He's a comedian.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I see that satire right there. George Carlin is funny as fuck. And he drop a bunch of gems.
Here's a black one for you.
Okay.
And you'll know who this is. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Okay. I like that. This is one that's very interesting. And it's almost like a no pain, no gain. But this is the doctor inflicts pain to cure suffering. That shit deep. Because think about it. Suffering is pain, ain't it?
Right.
But you gotta have pain to cure it.
Like they say when you have a disease, the cure is in the disease.
Well, okay. They do have one, but you're right. Sometimes they say the cure is worse than the damn disease. That's true. Worse than the symptoms. Hey, this is one I find interesting. And it's very simplistic. The way up and the way down are one and the same.
I guess that's saying that you have to don't step on people on your way up because you have to pass them same people on your way down, right?
Not only that, but think about it. Most of the time, if you going up, don't you come down the same way?
Most times.
Most, I would say. Yep. Definitely if you're going to apply gravity. So I get it. It's kind of like that. What goes up comes down type of thing. You know, wow. This is, I don't know, man. It says a thing rests by changing. I know, man. I don't get that one. I don't get that one.
Slick say, I like to know a little bit about a lot.
Aha. Slick, that's a slick one.
Yeah, that's
a little bit
right
about
there.
a lot. Hey, I like that. Okay. It say, what is this? Donkeys prefer garbage to gold. Damn. I don't know how. Hey, man, it got to be a donkey. That's the jackass move for sure. Cause I'll take the gold any day, man. Oh, now this is kind of cruel, but interesting. It says every walking animal is driven to its purpose with a whack. So I guess that means it's gonna move how you want it to move if you whack it. Alright, this I agree upon. There's a greater need to extinguish arrogance than a blazing fire.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a little knock on that one.
Yeah, man, like arrogance, man, and ego. And that also is a epigram too. Like it's like if there's anything man should drop, it's the ego. And yeah, man, I mean, egotistical, arrogant people, it's hard to get along with them.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like not only do they force a lot of their perspective and views on you, it's just like they oozing and just dripping arrogance and just like, and it's just the audacity,
Yeah.
you know.
Here's one. No one can make you inferior without your can make you feel inferior without your consent.
You're absolutely right. Because you the one that feel inferior.
Right.
You gotta, bow down or consent to that. I like this one. This is a good one. I'll probably tell my daughter this tomorrow. But if she ain't watching, your character is your destiny. And that goes a long way because your character pretty much is how you're going to act, what you're going to do. What you do determines how far you get in life, which is your destination. You out here doing crazy things with your characteristics, your traits. You're gonna hinder yourself. Your destiny could take a lot longer, or your destiny could be jail. Your destiny could be the graveyard quicker. But once again, that reigns true. It say your character is your destiny. So you act wild, guess where your destiny will be?
Yeah.
The graveyard or jail.
Right. There's consequences to every action. Here's one. The danger is not aiming too high and missing, but aiming too low and hitting the mark.
Damn. Well, see, I like that one because they have other ones like, man, you can never aim too high, or you know what I'm saying? If you aiming for so high, you're not going to fail because you might. If you miss the moon, you'll still hit the stars. All of those are like
Don't
I
tell
say.
me the sky's the limit when there's footprints on the moon.
Ah, wow. See, these inspirational things, man, you can take them with you, man, when you're feeling down and out. Or, like I say, there's things to learn by them, man. I'll probably do something later on down the line, man, with like Aesop's fables and how you can learn from animals and just go through some of his stories without trying to be plagiarizing. And just show you how nature gives you lessons, man. I appreciate these bright minds that gave us, like we literally sat here, man, damn near for an hour and some change and tried to find something negative from an epigram. Not because we wanted to be negative, but to see if people could twist words in the way that it's defined and make it something that, isn't fruitful And no, you can't.
I'm gonna give you one
Okay, bet.
before we go.
Uh-huh.
A man may be a fool and not know it, but not if he is married.
A man can be a fool and not know it, but not if he's married. So to me, that's almost like you have permission to be a complete fool as long as you're not married, to a degree. Like, do women how you want.
Yeah, but I think it means that you know you're a fool because you got married.
Hey, well, I know a happy wife. You know what I'm saying? What a happy home is a happy wife or something similar.
Happy wife, happy life.
Happy wife,
like
happy
that.
life, all that. Just makes, long as she's happy, you gonna be happy. I know that.
Why can't be happy husband, happy home? Like, why wife always got to be happy?
Well,
why we can't be happy too?
I'll say this. One epigram that I thought of, or that I say myself, that I'm gonna leave you guys with is: count on those you can depend on, and count out those that you can't depend on. And so what that means to me is, I thought of it meaning like, there's some people that I know I can depend on, man. I can count on them. They in my corner in case of an emergency. You ain't got time to be holding. You got to hold people accountable that you can't depend on. You don't have time to be shuffling through a deck of numbers or trying to count on someone that has never really been there for you anyway. You can basically you can't depend on them. So like I said again, count on those you can depend on. Count on them and let them be able to count on you, and count out those you can't. Don't even have them in your circle for that. I like to give a few shout outs before I get up out of here. What's up, GTO1? I see you, Credo. What's happening? I see we got Donna in the building. Slick always there. Got Misfits in here too. And shout out to my daughter. We'll be back next week. Appreciate you everybody for tuning in. One more again. What's up, Los? I see you before I get up out of here. But all right, that's a Monday. We wrapping it up. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit. Grams leaders
For the next
CC's pounds. Close cash, close call, close encounter, close up, pounds of leaders of grams, get your dosed up, cut this up, post up, and get dosed up. This for them voted like the move and make the most of. Monday night at 8, I can't wait to set you straight. These opinions and debates, for them folk they can't relate. I got to elevate your mind through these signs of the time. Dishing out that medication for that deaf, dumb and blind. And I ain't hard to find, you can catch me in them trenches. I do the groundwork and I ain't waiting on no sense. I be touching on them topics, politicians